Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. It really means a lot to me. So in today's cafleurebon contributor video, where you will have the opportunity to win a full-size bottle of this fragrance, I'm very excited to be giving you my thoughts on New York Intense by Fragrance du Bois. If you would like to learn more about this fragrance and also how you can enter to win a full-size bottle of it, make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my fragrance review of New York Intense by Fragrance du Bois, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you got to do is click on that red button down below. And of course, while you're at it, if you can give this video a thumbs up, it would really mean a lot to me. And so here is a fragrance that came out in the year 2020. The perfumer for this one is Pierre Constantin Guerros. He has done tons of fragrances, including fragrances for Ferrari and Carolina Herrera, and I actually reviewed one recently called Christiansen New York. He's done that as well, and he has quite the resume. He's a very accomplished perfumer, and of course this is the counterpart to New York Fifth Avenue, which you will actually see displayed behind me here, and they're quite different fragrances. This one is a bit more intense. They also have a very different DNA in terms of how they're composed, and I also want to mention that if you are interested for a chance to win a full-size bottle of this fragrance, all you have to do is shoot on over to cafleurebon.com. I will be leaving the link down below in the description section. Make sure to be a registered reader, and then all you have to do is read through the article and check out what the criteria is in order for you to enter. All it usually entails is leaving a certain comment below the article, and that's it. Make sure to check back over to cafleurebon.com when the site says they're going to be announcing the winner, so you know if you've won or not, and the winners will also be announced on Facebook. So good luck to everybody participating in the full bottle giveaway. This is a beautiful perfume. You have the agarwood, blackberry, cinnamon, rose, orange, incense. There's a touch of myrrh in there, actually a lot of myrrh. So I'm very excited to give you my in detail and in-depth thoughts on this fragrance. Let's go ahead and start things off with the presentation. So right in the opening of this perfume, you have this robust combination of the citrus, which is namely orange in the opening, just a touch, nothing too overwhelming, but you also have the blackberry and the incense. I actually pick up on a really nice balance of incenses used in here. So a touch of olibanum, otherwise known as frankincense, but I also get myrrh. And the variety of myrrh that I get from this one is a Papanax. So a Papanax is otherwise known as sweet myrrh. So it conveys this sweet quality about it, and I'm so glad that that's the variation of myrrh that's used in here, because bitter myrrh can also smell a little bit rubbery, and so I'm not getting any of that from this perfume. It actually opens up very beautifully citrusy, beautifully sweet, touch of agarwood in there as well, but it's not the barnyard variety, and so this is a very wearable, very accessible formula, and one that I think is going to perform wonders and magic on your skin, because it definitely evolved quite a bit on my skin. It is a non-linear composition, and so the way that it's going to smell 2, 3, or 4 hours into the longevity of the perfume is actually quite different from the way that it smells in the opening. Okay, so how does this one evolve? As you give it a chance to settle on skin, the agarwood starts to come to the fore a little bit more, and then you also have this verdant undercurrent, which I think is led by the note of patchouli. So the patchouli that's in here is a tad bit on the earthy side, and it's not dirty at all. It's not too soily or rooty or anything like that, and some varieties of patchouli can be, but I think it has enough of those sweet aspects and characteristics in the perfume to really clean things up and continue that decadent sensation all the way into the base of the perfume. So I'm actually also picking up on a touch of vanilla, and of course with a lot of the resins that are used in here, they can certainly convey a vanillic overtone. I know benzoin has a reputation of having a medicinal quality, but also having a vanillic overtone. Labdanum is also quite sweet and on the exotic side of things as well. But in this perfume, you are going to get that spice of cinnamon. So there's a sprinkling of cinnamon that adds this sweet characteristic about it. Also makes it a bit spicy, a little bit more exotic as well. And I think the blackberry and agarwood combination is quite exotic to begin with, but it does retain that sweetness into the dry down. And I think the resin that really sits at the fore of this composition is that myrrh note. And the myrrh note is really exotic, really plentiful and bountiful, and it's really what you're going to get a deep lungful from in this perfume, and it's my favorite aspect of this perfume. It's absolutely amazing. A job well done by Pierre Constantin Guerros, who is the perfumer behind this one, and also a job well done by the folks over at Fragrance du Bois. I'm personally really loving this one, and it's certainly going to be a favorite of mine in the autumn and the winter time because it is a very long-lasting perfume. And so if you're looking for something robust and resolute for the autumn and winter time, look no further, or I should say smell no further than New York Intense by Fragrance du Bois. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, surely I have smelled some other fragrances with fruity touches and cinnamon and spices and orange and agarwood and patchouli and all these other wonderful ingredients that are in here, but there is still something about this fragrance that does make it last a very long time, gives it a certain level of uniqueness, and also strikes a really nice balance between those bright effervescent notes in the opening, but also those long-lasting and resolute notes that you're going to find in the bottom of this perfume pyramid. Longevity on this one is 10 plus hours. You can expect it to last all day on your skin, and if you are spraying it on fabric or clothing, expect it to last even longer than that. Projection is amazing for the first 2 hours of application. It actually does radiate beyond an arm's length for the first 2 hours, and it didn't start to sit closer to the skin until about that 7 to 7.5 hour mark. So the sillage, the projection, and the longevity, all aspects in terms of the performance are very, very good. In terms of the versatility, I suppose if you're wearing it in a climate-controlled environment, you can really wear this one all year round. However, because of some of the darker notes that are in here, I personally prefer to wear this one in the autumn and the winter time, even though I haven't yet had the opportunity to wear this one in the autumn and the winter time. Just the notes themselves sort of evoke that climate in which to wear this one. And so I'm really looking forward to October, November, perhaps even December to really get the most wear out of this one. But I have been wearing it over the past couple of weeks, and so I understand the perfume quite well in terms of its evolution and the different phases that it goes through. It's really quite fascinating. I think this one is completely unisex, of course, and I can see somebody who's a little bit older and more mature really enjoying this one just because of the agarwood and some of these darker, spicy, more exotic ingredients. I think if there's somebody who is into the casual designer freshies with Cologne and Ambroxan, this is going to be quite the significant change of pace, but definitely a fragrance that I think everybody should try. And in terms of the presentation, Fragrance du Bois has one of the best, most opulent looking presentations on the market. My final verdict on this fragrance is if you are a fan of sweet, fruity, resinous, spicy, and long-lasting perfumes, please try New York Intense by Fragrance du Bois. I think this is an amazing fragrance, and of course, I'm very happy to have this one in my collection. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your viewership. Thank you so much for watching. If you took something of value from this video, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. And once again, if you would like to enter for your chance to win a full-size bottle of this fragrance with this cafleurebon contributor video, make sure to shoot on over to cafleurebon.com. They were the ones who provided this fragrance to me for review. Make sure to enter for your chance to win. Good luck, everybody. Love you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye.